join us. Mike, how are you, sir?
Doing all right. How about yourself?
It's been a day with technology, so there's been all sorts of different things that have happened today. But I appreciate you making time for us today. So, before we get into things, give us a brief introduction on yourself, my friend. Tell us a little about yourself, the band, everything.
So I'm Mike, or Big Mac. I'm the bassist and backup vocals for the Conyers, Georgia-based groove thrash band that we like to call Southern Fried Thrash. The band's called Embering Effigy. We've been making music since 2023. We're about to release our debut album November 9th.
People always got to interrupt me when I'm in the middle of doing this radio show. But we have got a great guest with us today. Big Mac joins us live here on our big broadcast, which is kind of interesting. His name's Big Mac, and he's on the big broadcast. That's amazing.
There you
So,
go.
Embering Effigy. First of all, tell me a little bit about the name of this band. This is quite the name.
So originally we were called Variax, and we were going to be more of a 80s Bay Area thrash. My guitarist was an electrician, so variable AC. He took that and just went Variax, changed the C to an X. Then we found out that there was a guitar line called the Variax from line 6, and we went, let's not get sued or get a cease and desist for the name. So we started thinking of something different. Jeremy uh, thought he wanted something that was more Georgia based. So there's a rock effigy down here called the Rock Eagle. So we went with originally we're going to go with the name Effigy, but I knew that was a pretty common name in heavy metal.
Always is a thing. But yeah, go
So
go 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 ahead, my friend. You
yeah.
you guys didn't want to get sued.
Mhm. So we were originally going to be after that we were going to be Effigy, based named after the Rock Eagle effigy down in Eatonton, Georgia. But I knew there was already at least one effigy out there, and come to find out there's a band in Savannah called Effigy, and they do kind of how Face and not Pale Face Kubla Khan does the parentheses TX. So we were going to do GA, but they do the same thing. So I looked at them and, well, an effigy is usually meant to be burned. So let's go with embering because now we've already burned the thing to the ground. And
That is
Jeremy is
amazing.
so we went with that, and it's kind of been going ever since.
That is awesome. We have got a great guest with us today. Embering Effigy is with us. Big Mac joins us here on the Big Program. And for those just hearing about Embering Effigy for the first time, what is the mission behind your music?
To make killer music that doesn't sound like anything you've already heard. And I know
That's
that's pretty a pretty generic statement, but we have my guitarist is a he used to be in a country band. He is a blues and thrash guitarist. My drummer is a old school heavy metal, death metal drummer, and I'm a stoner doom fuzz bassist. So all of those things combined, most of the time you'd think it wouldn't fit together, but we draw from so many different influences in our music. Every song is 100% different from the last.
That is awesome. That is awesome. So we have got Embering Effigy with us today. They join us live here on our big broadcast. Big Mac joins us here, talking a little bit about the band. Now you've got a sound that's both classic thrash and uniquely southern. Was that blend intentional or just who you are naturally?
It's a little bit of intentional, a little bit of just how we are. We we decided to play to our strengths. What instead of trying to make something that wasn't 100% us, we just decided to make music that we thought would be cool when we were 16, 17, and just uh, put the pedal to the ground and just go. So we have stuff that goes really fast. So we have stuff that slows down. We have a really killer cover of Johnny Be Good that we've sped up a little bit.
That's awesome. That's awesome. We have got Big Mac with us today. Embering Effigy with us today here in our broadcast. So you've got this debut album. What does the title "Out of the Woods" symbolize to you and the rest of the band?
So down here in Georgia, we have a lot of woods, and we're I'm the big outdoorsman of the group. So it was more of a we're coming out of the woodwork. So we just kind of shortened woodwork to out of the woods. We're kicking things out of Atlanta, which is already kind of a forested area. Um, so just kind of we wanted to tell people that we're coming with our unique version of groove and thrash.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, Embering Effigy with us today. They join us live here on our big broadcast. So, what was the creative journey like shaping this album from demos to the final masters, my friend?
Um, we had a few songs that we wrote with our old guitarist and our old drummer. Um, and what was it, last year? I think sometime in 2023, both of them had to leave due to personal reasons. Um, and so they were a little more straightforward, not anything I don't want to say spectacular, but nothing too flashy. It was simple groove thrash, and once we got our drummer Raph, who we've known for a few years already, he's a local legend in the Atlanta scene, whether he believes it or not. He's been playing in bands since the '90s. Um, we took it in a whole new direction. He is not a guitarist or a bassist or a vocalist. Well, he used to be a vocalist, and he plays drums a little bit different than everybody else. And we just combine. He will ask whenever we come with a riff. He'll say, "Well, that's cool, but what if you took this part, added it again, and then did it backwards?" And
That's
it's
awesome.
things that, and we'll do the same thing with him. I'm not a drummer by any standard. Jeremy knows a little bit, but we'll come with ideas and be like, okay, well, that was cool. What if you did it this way, half of this, and then this? And it may sound stupid, but we'll play it and just go, that's something that we wouldn't have thought up as for him. It's not something he would have thought up for a drummer, but someone who isn't a drummer who wants it to sound cool, you know, can give that input. So it's been a unique writing process. We had lyrics going into most of the songs we already had. Well, we do lyrics first and then music second. Um, Jeremy and I will kind of riff while we're either at home or in the practice space, and every now and again, one of us will play something, and everyone just kind of looks at each other like, "That was cool. What do we do with that?"
That's awesome. That's awesome. We have got a great guest with us today. Embering Effigy Big Mac is with us. He joins us live here on our big broadcast. So, which track do you think best defines this era of Embering Effigy and why?
I think that for me, it is our song Rougarou, but that's mainly because I grew up with stories of the Rougarou. I have family that lived in southern Louisiana and that are from southern Louisiana. So I got to grow up with the boogeyman stories of the Rougarou. It is one of our slower songs. It's got a really fuzzy bass wall intro and outro. It's nothing. It's simple, but it's very effective. Jeremy did a great job with the vocals throughout that song. For Jeremy, I would say Jeremy and Raph and I we all three do enjoy our song "Bureaucratic Butcher," which is just about uh, Jeremy is a army vet, so this was more about the VA and how they don't really take care of vets. So um, that's a fun one to play live. There's a little bit of a Anthrax esque mosh part right in the middle of it. And that is always fun to play live.
That is awesome. Big Mac with us today from Embering Effigy. He joins us live here on our big broadcast. So you nod to Pantera, Metallica, and Exodus, who are some lesser known influences that are shaping your sound. Who are some of them?
Um, for Jeremy, I know for a fact that a lot of the old classic Southern rock, um, and even some of the older country artists, because he used to be in a country band with his brother. Um, so there's a lot of influences he'll draw in uh, from like Leonard Skinner or um, as, since we have a cover of Chuck Berry's "John Be Good," that's another one. Raph, he'll pull stuff from like Kansas that I just look at and go, I didn't peg you for a listener of Kansas, but okay. Um, and then for me, my some of my bigger influences are the New Orleans sludge guys. Like I love the dudes from Down and Acid Bath, but well before they got popular, even if that makes me sound like a hipster. Um, but something that's just kind of in your face and aggressive. It doesn't have to be super fast or super slow. Just something that is pretty memorable.
That's awesome. That's awesome. We have got a great guest with us today. Joins us live here on our broadcast. Big Mac is with us, and he is here talking about Embering Effigy. So, describe your writing process. Does the riff lead the song, or does the story lead the music?
The story definitely leads to music. We have quite a big backlog of lyrics that we just need to put melodies to. We have one that we're starting to work on now that we're just trying to figure out how we want it to go. That's about digging graves. I myself am a grave digger, so I kind of pulled
That's
that from my
awesome.
from my job. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Then we have one song that we're trying to work on and figure out how to not make it sound really country. It's about our logo is named Daryl, and that's not necessarily for Dimebag Daryl. It's a good Southern name, but it's more an homage to my wife's late father, who was named Daryl. So we kind of came up with the idea. Well, we want to give a name to a mascot like Eddie the Head or Snaggletooth or Rattlehead. Um, but I was like, we kind of need a decent enough backstory to give like credence to a dumb idea. So we've toyed around the idea of making of really fleshing out the backstory that we had for him.
We have got Big Mac with us today from Embering Effigy. He joins us live here on our big program. So, when it comes to groove versus speed, how do you strike the perfect balance, my friend?
Yeah, that's a hard one because you when you get too speedy, you really lose that groove. And to me, the music that I like to play is it can be fast, but it's got to have that groove where you can just bob your head. Um, or if it's fast enough, you can get into a pit and throw down. It's a hard thing to do to just keep that middle ground where it's not too slow and groovy, but it's not too fast to where you're losing some of that the sonic waves where it's just up and down, up and down.
Embering Effigy with us today. They are unleashing a brand new debut album, Out of the Woods. And they join us today here on our big program. Big Mac joins us talking a little bit about the band itself. So, working with Matt Washburn at Leadbelly Second Studios, what did he bring to the table that made this record truly pop for the band Embering Effigy?
Matt is an amazing uh has an amazing studio and is an amazing producer. He's done just any local band in Atlanta that wants something that's going to sound top tier is going to go to him, and he gave us a lot of input for um every time we've gone to record, he's listened to the songs and gone, well, why don't you change this just a little bit, extend this a little bit, and he'll push us to make sure, especially the vocals are um, the best that we can deliver. And I mean, the man did the first few Mastodon albums. He's done a few from I think Seven Dust, but most local band in Atlanta, like that's who we all go to because we know how good he is.
That is awesome. We have got a great guest with us today. He joins us live here on our big program. So as we wrap up here with you, my friend, how do we get the record and get involved with what you're doing online, everything?
We're gonna release it on all streaming platforms: Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music. Um, well, we have the CDs in stock, ready to be shipped on November 9th on our Bandcamp, or even just messaging us on Facebook. We're on Facebook, Instagram, kind of on TikTok, YouTube, all the social media stuff.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Well, I appreciate you making time for us today. Thanks for coming on and chatting. And we will talk to you soon. Thank you, Big Mac. Appreciate it, brother.
Thank you for having